All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another Prime Larry Bird reaction. This one is going to be about Larry Bird versus LeBron James. All right, this is going to be the best story ever told. All right, get your popcorns, get your drinks, get whatever you need, and let's go.
In the book titled When the Game Was Ours, written by Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan shared his 100% honest opinion about Larry Bird. He said, "People ask me all the time who my top 5 players are, and when I start saying Larry, they interrupt me. They say, 'You've got to be kidding me. He can't play with LeBron James.' I tell them, 'You guys don't get it. Larry is far better than any small forward who played the game.'" Now, the lazy person would chalk that statement up.
Hey, big respects to MJ for making that comment. Number one. Number two, let's just be completely honest. For those people that's making those comments, what are they watching? Those must be like modern NBA fans versus old school. Okay, I ain't taking nothing away from LeBron, but he ain't no Larry Bird.
To Michael Jordan being a LeBron hater.
He's not even looking at the. I think he was looking at Michael Jordan.
I was thinking the same thing.
Michael Jordan's a little left of that Charlotte bench. I think that was a look at Michael like.
I think you're right. I think that's exactly
he was
what
looking
he was
right
looking
at him.
But not too long ago,
Don't make Michael jump on the court and then embarrass LeBron. Don't make. Hey, get MJ some shorts and we'll forget this game. This game's already over. Get MJ his shorts and jersey. And for the rest of the game is a one-on-one MJ and LeBron.
this was common knowledge.
If you give me both these guys and you say you can start your team with either Larry Bird or LeBron James,
you're taking LeBron.
I'm taking Larry Bird
No,
and
you're
I'm
not.
taking my chances.
No,
Thank you
you're
very
not.
much.
Good job, sir. Good job, sir, for choosing the right player. Let's go.
You know why?
Larry
Yes.
Bird was the baddest son of a gun on the planet.
And what
In a league with Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas,
Oh, so
Dr.
you
J.
telling me
He was the best player in the world when the NBA
Facts.
was at
Was
a
the best
greater
player
level.
in the
Facts.
world.
It ain't the same NBA. This sucker
Facts.
won 3 straight MVPs.
Let me ask you this: Would
Magic
Larry
couldn't
Bird
get through
be
him
the
at one
best
point.
player in the world right now?
I believe he would.
Oh, he'd be better
Yes.
than Kevin.
Watch what she's about to say, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, watch what she's about to say. I heard Kevin, and it better not be Durant.
Durant
I believe he
definitively?
would. Yes,
no, he wouldn't.
I believe he
no,
would.
he wouldn't. Okay.
She don't know what she's talking about. Where did they? Who approved her application? Bro, I remember watching ESPN around those times. It was cringe. It was cringe. Cringe. He made the right choice. He made the right choice choosing Larry Bird. And you build a team around Larry Bird. Larry Bird is the main man, the main alpha. He's going to improve the players around him, and he's going to win championships and MVPs. All right. Here's what's going to end the debate. Put Larry Bird in this era and put LeBron in the 80s and 90s. All right. Talk to me in the comment section.
Larry
just doesn't
Bird,
have
if,
the
he, if, he,
experience.
if his back didn't give out on him, if he didn't have surgery,
not
if his
even
body didn't fail him,
talking about
we're
that.
having a whole different conversation about Larry Legend. I'm sorry. He had it all.
So, Larry Bird or LeBron James? And for the record, if you ask me who I'd take over 20 years, I'd take LeBron. But if you ask me who I'd take for one season, it gets very interesting.
He said if he takes someone for 20 years, he'll take LeBron. Man, give me a 20-year healthy Larry Bird. Or how about this? Give me a 20-year Larry Bird, right? Give me Larry Bird 15 years healthy and give me 5 years, with his back injury and on all the surgeries he had to go through. Give me that. Give me that. I'll take that.
Because I'd take a 1986 Larry Bird season over any single season performance from any player that ever lived. And if you ask me who I'd take for one game, or better yet, one shot, well, I'll let someone who actually lived through the Bird era tell you what they think.
All I know is one game from my life
Bayless? Boy, this guy, he used to get under my nerves. He used to get under my nerves.
I want Larry Joe Bird taking my last shot. That guy from French Lick, Indiana. Game on the line, free throw, three, jump shot, whatever it was. I'll take Larry Bird any day or any night over especially LeBron James.
Now, if
Facts. He said nothing but facts here.
you're still a Larry Legend denier, I'm about to tell you how one shot changed the course of history, helped rewrite the narrative of an entire generation, and almost made Larry Bird the undisputed greatest of all time. Now, time and time again, Larry Bird came up clutch in the biggest situations.
Max looking, loops it to Bird, a runner. It's good! It's good! And the Celtics win it! Bird hits and the Celtics win it! 103 to 101, a three-pointer by Larry Bird at the buzzer.
Danny Ainge to inbounds for the Celtics, trailing by 1, 2 seconds left. Into Bird, he fires. Yes! And the Celtics win! Unbelievable!
Clutch.
Larry Bird
Clutch.
at the buzzer!
So
It's the quality of shots you take. It's not the quantity. It's not the quantity. It's the quality.
the 1987 NBA Finals versus the Lakers, when Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics were trying to repeat as NBA champions, Celtic Nation came to expect it. And in Game 4 at the Boston Garden, with the Celtics down 2-1 in the series, the game came down to the wire.
Boston 4, LA 2. Bird. Boston 5 now, and they almost tied up Harris, and they lose it. Cooper, it's a 3-on-3 break. Cooper with a 3, and hits it with a minute and a half to go, a long time ago. Kareem does it, and the Lakers jumping for joy, and they lead it 104 to 103, and another timeout called by Casey Jones.
And coming out of a timeout, Larry Bird, as confident as ever, tells his defender James Worthy exactly what he's going to do to him.
He would come out of a timeout. I remember this one time, you might have heard this before because he did it with a lot of people. I had to guard him. You know the play is coming, but he would tell you it's coming. With DJ handling, Mikhail's going to set up a pick for Robert. That's only to free him up to come and set a pick for me. And he says, if you trade.
You see how James Worthy is holding tight onto Larry Bird's jersey? That wouldn't be allowed in modern NBA. Look how tight that defense being played.
I'm on the trail into the lane, shoot a little floater. He said, if you try to get over the top, he said, I'm going to pop to that corner and bust a jumper in your fucking face. I'm like, fuck you. I'm all up on him. You know, I got his shirt tail. I'm holding it. You know, I'm like, you know where I'm from. I'm from Gastonia. Man, we ain't talking. Sure enough, man. The ball comes in. DJ takes a couple of dribbles. I'm quick. I'm quick enough. I think I can get over the top. I get over the top. I get out there, but he pops to the corner, and I'm running. He kind of waiting, waiting.
That was a big mistake. What happened, James? What? They was trying to get the ball, get a turnover on.
I think I can get over the top.
Hold on.
I get over the top. I get out there, but he pops to the corner, and
he
I'm
messed
running.
up.
He kind of waiting,
Yeah.
He was an asshole.
Bird goes for 3.
It's not the quantity, it's the quality of the shot.
And the Lakers call time with 12 seconds left. Larry Bird.
What happened? I could have sworn James Worthy was glued to Larry Bird. Oh, man.
With a big 3-point bomb has given the Celtics the lead.
With the Celtics up by 2, Kareem comes down and gets fouled with 8 seconds left. He makes the first and misses the second.
And It's Lakers ball with 7 seconds to go.
One Celtic rebound could have sealed this game, but the ball goes out of bounds and the Lakers get the possession. And with 7 seconds to go, the Lakers still had life. Just 3 years earlier, in the 1984 finals versus the Celtics, Magic Johnson choked in a similar situation, earning the nickname Tragic Johnson. But this time, he was ready.
My man switched to Kareem, and Kevin McHale jumped out to me. As soon as I saw Kevin, I said, oh, I'm taking him.
You know, Magic puts it on the floor, a couple head and shoulder fakes, and he raised up in the air. And there was nobody that was going to get that shot.
Down by 1, with 2 seconds on the clock, Larry Bird and the Celtics find themselves in a situation they've been in many times before.
Johnson on the inbound. Bird fires it.
Freeze. What do you think happened? Now let's give this shot some context. For 2 years straight, the Boston Celtics had the greatest home court advantage of all time. The prior year, in 1986, the Celtics finished with a regular season record of 40-1. This record still stands as the best regular season home record ever. Yes, better than Michael Jordan's 96 Bulls and better than Steph Curry's 2016 or 2017 Golden State Warriors. And if you include the playoffs, they were 50-1 at home. So for everyone who thinks the 96 Bulls and the 2017 Warriors are the 2 best teams of all time, at home, Larry Bird's 1986 Celtics were better. Let that sink in.
Someone asked me the other day, they said, it's the toughest arena you had to play in. And I said, Garden, Boston. I said, they were almost impossible to go in there and beat because you could not make a mistake with them. Those guys made you play, and it was him. Like he was a savant on the court, like just a savant, like 2 plays ahead on everything. And so please, let's not forget how hard it was to go into Boston and beat a team when Bird is in his prime.
Unfortunately, the Celtics fell off that following year in 1987. They were 39-2 at home. So including the playoffs, for the last 2 years, the Celtics were 99-4 at the.
Jesus. Bro, do you see this? Only 4 losses.
Boston Garden up until that shot by Bird. This means statistically there was a 96% chance that potential game-winning shot by Bird was going in. Now, what do you think happened?
Well, they set up a great play. Bird walked Worthy all the way up, forced the denial all the way up.
We've done it before. Clear everybody out, go to the ball, and break to the corner.
Max looking, loops it to Bird.
2 seconds left. Into Bird. He fires. Yes! And the Celtics win!
Bird.
I like the editing. Man. Prime Larry Bird, man. Keep dropping them content. Prime Larry Bird. Content is top tier.
Runner. It's good! It's good! And the Celtics win it!
It's on the inbound. Bird fires it.
He caught it here, and as he caught it, all he had to do was turn. And he just turned, and he just let this thing go.
Bird fires it.
Got a wide open look, couldn't believe it.
And I'm standing right there. It is straight as an arrow.
And the Lakers have won in Pat Riley, and the Lakers dance off the court.
They were lucky because it was right on line.
He looked at me like, how did you ever leave me that wide open?
You gotta be kidding me. Changed the whole series.
Every time I watch that shot, I still think it's going in. Larry thought it was going in. Magic thought it was going in. Pat Riley thought it was going in. If Larry Bird took that exact same shot in that exact same situation 10 times, he'd probably hit 9 of them. And if Larry Bird hits that shot, then the series is tied 2-2. And with the next game at the Boston Garden, there's no way you can convince me that this Celtic team, with the greatest home court advantage of all time, led by one of the most clutch players in NBA history, doesn't win that next home game. So instead of being down 3-2 going back to LA and losing those NBA finals, the Celtics would have been up 3-2. And with all of that momentum on the Celtics side, all they needed to do was win one game in LA to give Larry Bird his 4th title, add another Finals MVP to his collection, become the first team to win back-to-back titles since Bill Russell with the Celtics in the 60s, and silence all doubt on who won the Bird versus Magic rivalry. One shot could have changed everything, and the conversation about the greatest player of all time would have been very different.
Larry Bird at his best, LeBron James at his best.
Oh, I gotta go with Larry Joe. I gotta go with Larry Joe.
You take Larry Joe.
Larry Joe for the win.
When Reggie Miller said that, it was headline news the next day because the media fawns over LeBron James more than ever. But to many Larry Legend truthers, it wasn't a surprise at all.
Skip, Reggie would take Bird over LeBron. Do you concur, my friend?
I do concur. In a hypothetical draft, would I take him over LeBron James to start my franchise? Yes, I would. And I don't think it's even close.
Now, you would think that Skip Bayless, as the ultimate contrarian, would be challenged by his co-host for such an opinion. However, this is one of the rare things that they 100% agreed on.
You know, in terms of leadership, in terms of clutch, in terms of shooting ability, and overall championship credentials, not just trophies, but a mentality, Larry Bird gets the nod over LeBron James.
I'm guessing that right now about 80% of our viewing audience does not agree with either one of us.
Well, all that means is that they don't know anybody.
They don't know.
I would love to pick LeBron, but in terms of clutch, money time, there's no contest. He's not even in Larry Bird's class. Not even close.
It's not even close. If you like stats, here's Larry Bird versus LeBron James season stats, while both are at the age of 30. Larry Bird.
Damn, look at this. Look at the numbers, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, keep your head up, man. I can see all of that right there.
Averages more points, more rebounds, more assists, and has a higher field goal percentage. So when someone asks you, what is Larry Bird better at than LeBron? You can say pretty much everything.
Hold on, is he ahead of Larry Bird?
No.
No. What was Bird better at?
Bird's a better shooter. It's not close. I think Bird is as good or better as a passer, a much more fluid, much more natural passer than LeBron James, a creative passer. LeBron James, for a superstar, he's as good a passer as anyone outside of maybe Magic and Bird. Bird was a better passer. Bird's a better rebounder. The fact is that Larry Bird didn't stay healthy, and the fact is that basketball is played so differently now. When it comes down to the end of a game in a championship series, I would rather have Larry Bird have the basketball.
Well, duh. Is there any way on earth you would take LeBron James over Larry Bird in the clutch?
There's no way on earth that I'd pick him over Larry Bird in the clutch. I can tell you that much. Larry Bird was not just a superior shooter from anywhere on the court, just like you highlighted. Not only was he a near 90% shooter from the free throw line, which LeBron could never brag about, but when you talk about money time, whether it's a particular juncture in the season where you're trying to position yourself for the playoffs, or you're talking about the last minutes of a game, or you're talking about the last shot in a game, or you're talking about a game 7, or you're talking about anything that indicates clutch, you simply can't pick LeBron over Larry Bird because you can pick almost no one in NBA history over Larry Bird. When it was money time, you knew where the ball was going, and you also knew there was little to nothing that you could do about it. It was just a matter of whether or not Larry Bird was going to make it or miss it.
But even despite all of those numbers, to those who actually saw Larry Bird play, the eye test is all they need.
I know
No,
there
I'm
are other
saying
numbers that will support you on LeBron. I may lose this, but you know what? I'm going with these, all 4 of them. And I watched that dude dominate an era that has some of the greatest players
Let's
of all
go.
time playing.
Let's
This
go.
isn't a diss on LeBron. I'm not dissing LeBron. I love LeBron. We both love LeBron. Everybody appreciates how great he was. But as time passes, it's easy to forget how great Larry Bird was.
No,
So all of that said, right here, right now, Larry Bird remains the greatest small forward ever, period, end of story.
Facts. He still is till this day. Nobody could top him. Nobody can top him. Big time. Hey, man. You know the funny thing is, man, the best small forward of all time. Some people may say it's LBJ. Nah. Larry Bird. Larry Bird, it's still talked about till this day. And it's like decades later, right? And he's still going to be talked about decades later. Wow. Come on. I'll take Larry Bird if I'm building a team. Hey, Red Auerbach. Rest in peace. You did an amazing job. And you know what? The eye test should let people know, like, hey, taking Bird over LBJ. All right? Let's see what people saying in the comment section. All right? It says, Jordan make you look slow. Damn. But Larry made you look stupid. In the words of James Worthy, guys. I'm 100% with you. Bird in his prime was the coldest, baddest dude on the planet in his prime. People forgot or just don't know shite. Okay. What was said in the beginning of the video? He said that he'll take, for 20 years, he'll take LeBron James. I'm going to say this. If Larry Bird give me Larry Bird, hypothetically, 15 years healthy, and the back half of his career, by the last 4 or 5 years, and he's injured, I'll take that Larry Bird over 20 years of LeBron James. For real. That's my opinion. Here's something else. Larry Bird didn't have longevity, largely because they played rugby on. They was playing rough on the court instead of the no hands cupcake basketball of today. Whoa, man, oh man. Let me see. Just look up Larry Bird's left-handed game. Name one other player. They're not gonna do it. And he also had a 45-point triple-double. That I remember that. I remember that one. Larry Bird will dominate today's NBA. He sure will. The problem with not picking Larry Bird first is that means you'll have to beat him. Yo, this is the comment right here. The problem with not picking Larry Bird to build your team around, Larry Bird will be your opponent. Larry Bird's mentality, knowing that you didn't pick him, he will destroy you. He'll take your soul. He knows how to take things personal. Oh. Hey, shout out to Prime Larry Bird for the content. Doing great work here. Just hope that you continue to drop some gems, all right? Continue dropping the content. Hey, if you haven't done so, definitely subscribe to their channel. And then if you haven't done so, hit that like button too. On mine's and theirs. Is all, man, this is good. Great content. This is a great topic. This is a great topic. Comment down below your thoughts. Who you taking, Larry Bird or LeBron James? Catch you guys on the next reaction.